Listen to me. Some people aren't acting weird. They never liked you in the first place. And it's just getting harder for them to hide it. And listen to me carefully, because this right here is going to free someone emotionally right now. Some of y'all keep saying, I don't know what changed. They've been acting funny lately. The energy have shifted. But watch this. The energy never shifted. The mask just slipped. See, there are people who tolerated you but never truly celebrated you. Like people who smiled in your face but secretly hated your growth. People who clap for you publicly while grieving privately. And the reason it feels weird now is because God started blessing you beyond the version of you they were comfortable controlling. See, some people only like you when you're struggling. They only like you when you're insecure, when you're accessible, when you're easy to manipulate beneath them or dependent on their validation. But once you start healing, thinking different, moving wiser, setting boundaries, walking with confidence and growing beyond survival, that's when their hidden resentment starts surfacing, because your evolution became an exposure to their stagnation. Understand it. See, you thought y'all were growing together. Whole time your growth started convicting them. And hear me in wisdom. Some people, they love the version of you that needed them, but become uncomfortable with the version of you that no longer does. That's why they stopped supporting. That's why they became distant and started throwing slick shots, stopped celebrating your wins, and became cold for no reason and started acting different. No, they're not acting weird. They're fighting the truth that they never had pure intentions to begin with. See, because one thing about envy, it can compliment you for years before it finally gets tired. Oh yeah, envy gets tired. See, some people have been secretly competing with you while pretending to walk beside you. That's why every time something happens for you in your life that's good, they go silent. But let them win. Oh, they suddenly get paragraphs, emojis, energy, reposts, excitement, and celebration. Why? Because fake support always reveals itself through inconsistency. Real love doesn't struggle to clap for people it genuinely loves. Remember that. And some of y'all keep over-explaining yourself to people who already decided in their heart how they feel about you. Stop doing that. You can't heal jealousy by being nicer. Hear me. You can't fix envy by shrinking. You can make bitter people sweeter through loyalty. You're punishing yourself. See, some people are committed to misunderstanding you because understanding you would require them to confront themselves. Some people need you to be the villain, because if you're not, then they got to admit they mishandled somebody genuine. And honestly, that's why discernment matters more than charisma, because everybody smiling ain't for you. Everybody complimenting you ain't connected to you. Everybody around you ain't assigned to you. Some people study you not because they admire you, but because they're trying to figure out why favor keeps finding you. And can I go a little bit deeper? Because one of the hardest pills to swallow emotionally is realizing everybody that was around you wasn't happy for you. See, some people were only happy they had access to you. There's a difference. That's why they get irritated when you stop over-explaining yourself. You stop begging. You stop chasing. You stop people-pleasing. You stop dimming yourself, because toxic people love versions of you that lack boundaries. But healed you, wise you, discerning you, oh, that version becomes harder to manipulate. And listen, stop calling everything miscommunication. Sometimes people communicate perfectly through behavior. A person who constantly dismisses you communicated. A person who only calls when they need something communicated. A person who can celebrate strangers louder than they celebrate you communicated. A person who becomes irritated by your growth communicated. Believe patterns, not potential. And hear me carefully before I leave. Stop grieving people who were secretly grieving your elevation. Ooh. Some relationships didn't break because you changed. They broke because your growth exposed what was hidden the whole time. And honestly, thank God it got exposed now instead of later, because hidden resentment eventually becomes visible disrespect. See, God will allow distance to reveal what closeness was hiding. So stop forcing connection. Stop begging for clarity. Stop chasing energy that keeps withdrawing itself. If people genuinely value you, you won't constantly have to convince them to show it. Because some people were never assigned to walk until your next season. They were only permitted to witness the last one.